Millionaires fleeing Chicago over fear of civil unrest. Remember that last week? Infowars.com. We've got the other reports of the billionaires buying armored redoubts and leaving to New Zealand, which we told you 8 years ago. Now that's confirmed. That, that people like James Cameron left over the economic concern. Sure, they open up shop when they're overseas and still make movies, but people are getting out of Dodge. And I've had that from high level, Congress, Senate, billionaires, famous people, top Hollywood, top producers. And so the truth is, they all know that what we're talking about is accurate and real. They just don't know when it's coming. Next week, 2 years from now, it's a time bomb's all we know. Just like the big one to hit L.A. We know it's years overdue. Will it be this month or 10 years from now? We don't know, but it's coming. Just like death's coming. But let's say you're an 89-year-old man who's had 14 heart attacks, 20 splints or whatever, and you're going to try to go climb a 5,000-foot mountain. There's a good chance you're going to blow your aorta sky high. And I'd say our economy is just like that right now. An 89-year-old man who's had 14 heart attacks, the heart is rotten, and they've got us on an elliptical at full speed. Now, I don't know when he's going to have a stroke or when he's going to have a heart attack or what's going to happen. But we're on top a ticking time bomb. I don't know because I can't see because we're sitting on it. It's down there. I can't see where that egg timer is, but all I hear is tick, 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 tick. That's what I'm telling you. And the elites are running to the hills. Now, some say, oh, you do all this. This will actually destroy confidence and bring it on. They set this up to do this and get total power out of the collapse. I'm trying to get people warned and ready. And personally, I've been getting more storable food and medical supplies. And I buy my own product. InfoWars Select is best out there. That's what I'd super high quality for a very low price. InfoWars Select and InfoWarsSelect.com, InfoWarsStore.com. I didn't mean to go into a plug, but I'm like, why aren't I plugging food? I'm the one selling it. I personally am hoarding it. I'm buying a bunch for the office. I've got gas generators put in and all sorts of other stuff, putting solar panels in, everything else, putting wells in. I mean, folks, this is real. Now, I hope we have a miracle and we land this plane that's got both engines out and is on fire with psycho hijackers running around with, belly bombs. But that's the allegory. That's the analogy. Larry Nichols, thank you so much for joining us for these 2 short segments. This is what you've been harping on. You say it's imminent from your sources and more. Nobody's really talked about it, but it was in the news. A few weeks ago, the secret meeting of Yellen and the Treasury head, the Federal Reserve head, and Obama. That's not supposed to happen under law. Larry Nichols, what's really going on? And I hope you're wrong that it's imminent in the next few weeks. We need more time to get folks ready. We need to try to pull out of this. There's so much more to get to.
Alex, let me just say to everybody, you better provision yourself. How do I know it's imminent? Well, first off, you have to understand, Alex, they've got the perfect cover right now with this election. This election, as you know, covers the news from morning till night. Nothing's out there, but there are tons of things going on. This economy is about to collapse. Look, they're not going to have a meeting with Biden, Obama, and the Federal Reserve lady. They're not going to have that meeting. They're not going to talk about what in that meeting? Martial law? Are you kidding me? Listen, it's coming. Is it coming this week? Is it coming next week? I don't know that, but I will tell you this. Every morning, Alex, every morning I wake up and I turn on the television and I turn it on to see, has it happened yet? Has it triggered? Has it started? It's coming, folks. Anybody that has eyes should be able to see. There's a collapse of the financial structure. Then they go around. The FDIC announces. The FDIC announces that 2 of the 5 major banks cannot cover the insurance fund. You think you've got $100,000 in the bank and it's covered because it's an FDIC insured bank. Let me tell you, you'll be lucky when this thing happens. I didn't mean to say if. When this thing happens, you'll be lucky to get 2 cents on a dollar. Why? Because they don't have the money in reserve to cover the insurance policy. They're out there talking about this stuff. When you see Lords of London raising their insurance rates, I was talking to one of their people last week. There are 25 miles of ships, of tankers, super tankers, just stopped out in the ocean. Why? Because there's no place to send the oil. Well, they're sitting there wanting to know from me, what do you think? I said, well, guys, I'd get my anti-pirate group ready because you're going to start seeing pirates hitting out there, taking those ships over. Alex, it's coming. Can't you see it? And don't you see the purpose of using this election as the perfect cover grid?
No, I get it. You said this a year ago. They'll cover the economic collapse under a race war, blaming Trump. Classic communist tactic.
And, you know, I saw this morning, Alex, I saw Reince Priebus, and they were trying to get out of him. Is there a white knight candidate going to get the nomination, you know, when they go to convention? He spent 5 minutes trying to enter it without answering it. Folks, I promise you, do you know why they won't let Donald Trump be president? Is because if Donald Trump gets to be president, there is a chance. There's a chance he can mess this system up that they've got planned.
And he's also said he's going to start trying to arrest these people behind it. He wants to save the country.
That's right.
It's not that he's perfect. He just doesn't want to kill the golden goose.
That's right. Look, Donald Trump, I'm not, and you're not. I know you're not. And I'm not trying to say Donald Trump is a panacea for the world's problems. I'm not saying that.
No, they're scared of him because he's a nationalist and isn't in on the plan to bring the country down.
That's exactly
but I've been told by high-level folks, I'm as high as they get to Donald Trump. I'll put it to you that way. He knows about the New World Order. He doesn't like it, and he believes he almost didn't run. And this came out after I was told about it. I'm saying it was confirmed. Politico, for like a month, he went to Scotland and almost didn't do it. But he said, I just can't watch him destroy the country. And he does have a big ego. He thinks he can save us. And, you know, the question is, are we smart enough to realize they're throwing everything they've got against him because they've been tapping his phones. They know he knows what's going on, and they are absolutely scared to death of him. But listen, here's what I'm saying, Larry. Some of the intel I've got is, and I want to know if you were specifically told by insiders or you're looking at this and can see it happening, because I know you have a lot of sources, that they want to plunge it once Trump gets in and have it be race riots around that time. Are you saying they may pull it beforehand because they can't control it? Because once they set something like this in motion, obviously they don't fully control it once the cow gets out of the barn.
There are two dynamics going. Number one, Obama and his guys are getting all ready because they see when they yank, if they go to convention in Cleveland, Trump wins a majority of the vote, and they pull the nomination away from him. Obama's people see a wonderful opportunity to step in when the riots and the fits are thrown. There won't have to be much, but if there's any kind of throw up and fit and blowback from that, he's set ready to bring in the FEMA provisional government. In other words, he'll say, look, there's no reason to have an election due to the instability with all.
And by the way, the Pentagon and the police admit they've been given orders to get ready. There's massive gear-ups. That's in the news. Drudge linked to our story. You can go to our Twitter or Paul's Twitter and see it yesterday. Top story. I mean, this is really going on.
This is actually going on. So now you've got Obama. He's set ready to take this. Now, folks, I'm not kidding you. They're not going to give Trump. They're not going to give Trump that nomination. Now, there's something we can do. We'll talk about when we can. Then you've got on the other side, you've got the the Republican Party establishment. They want to be, Alex, as crazy as this sounds, they want to be in charge when this thing collapses. Why? Because when the provisional government is activated, they are the elite central leadership.
You said this a year ago when you first started coming back on the show. You said that they're getting it ready, and you were there when the Clintons were licking their lips even back then.
That's right. That it's coming, and everything's moving to this crescendo. Do I believe they're going to wait until Trump gets it and then do it? No, I don't. This is going to happen before Trump gets it. Look, I don't even know now, Alex, if they can stop it. The economy is in such bad shape that all they're able to do now, Alex, is to spread us out on looking at other things and not looking at the essentials to this economy.
Well, yeah, that's what's scary is they're just buying time and diverting while the elites themselves run and buy farmhouses and dig bunkers. I mean, that's crazy. I've never seen such movement by the billionaires, by the ruling class. And I guess they think they'll just wait out the collapse and then come out on top.
And isn't it crazy, Alex, that you're sitting here trying to tell your people you really need to get ready. You need to kind of provision yourself in case this thing falls. And they make it out like you're a nut. When all the time they're doing it. They just don't want you doing it. So, folks, I'm going to tell you, and I'm not here to promote a thing. That ain't what I do. But you better provision up yourself. You better make plans. because this thing is going to fall in. And
police departments are stockpiling giant amounts of foods, emergency goods, weapons, armored vehicles, and they're being told civil war, the last 6-7 years. And now
coming.
You see them and Obamacare to shut the economy down, and regulations in Europe, and 100% taxes in France to shut everything down, and 5 million immigrants, just bedlam, all by design to bring the civilization down.
Then you wonder, why did Obama go to Cuba? Why do we need to open relationships with Cuba? What on earth do we get out of that? Nothing, unless you understand what I knew from back in the days when I was floating around Central America and Nicaragua. Cuba can put on the ground, Alex, in this country in 6 hours, 250,000 troops.
And by the way, people make jokes about this who are ignorant. This is not the badly organized Iraqis. The Soviets trained the Cuban military. They're excellent ground fighters. They've got a lot of high-tech technology. And the point is they were even using them in Syria, yes, folks. And they've used them all over Africa. These are basically what Cuba sells is its troops. They basically have a mercenary force.
I have fought what's called the Cuban Black Hats. I've literally been fighting them. I have actually fought them. They are a worthy opponent. Now, imagine in 6 hours you can have 250,000 here in this country to do what? To put us into submission. You say, well, we're America. We're not going to be
super decadent. They attack all the power plants. They attack the few cities that don't capitulate. That's why they even have the Pentagon training to take over Texas and key cities where they know we're going to put up a defense with legitimate government. They're going to come in here with communist merc forces. And folks, they'll blow all the power plants. They're not going to come fight us right away. They're going to blow the water plants, everything, take over the TV and radio stations, and then tell us with local English speakers, it'll be run by the UN, submit and we'll turn the power back on. They're going to claim the militias and patriots have blown up the power plants. Guaranteed.
Yeah, now ask yourself this about Flint, Michigan. Is Flint, Michigan this great fiasco of how they got the water system all screwed up? Or what if that was a pilot project to find out, see if they could take a community to its knees by polluting the water system? Look, y'all, do yourself a favor. It don't do me no good. It's probably not even going to do me any good, but it can help you. You better stock up. And like I say, I'm not here to sell anything. That's your call.
But you can see it with Cleveland and the election and canceling primaries. I mean, this is so incredible. Larry, what do we do to try to stop this? I mean, there's got to, I guess, expose the plan.
Well, number one, there's one thing that I will be announcing next Monday. There's a way to stop them taking this thing from Trump. Our only defense, Alex, and it's crazy, but our only defense is to stop them from taking the nomination from Trump. How do you do it? I'm trying to talk fast, and that ain't my strong suit. The first thing you got to realize, there's not a politician in Washington or in your state. All they care about, Alex, is their job. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They don't care about our grandkids. They want to keep their job. John McCain and 3 or 4 other establishment, Republican congressmen and senators have announced what? They're not going to the convention. Why? Because they know they're going to steal that nomination from Trump. And they don't want to be at that convention because it'll cause them to lose their race. Monday, on my Facebook page, I'm going to put out a script and I'm going to name 4 or 5 congressmen and senators, Alex. And I need people to call these senators and congressmen and read that script.
All right, let's do this. Now, let's get you on for 15, 20 minutes on Monday. If you can do it today, I want to get you back on when Gucciardi hosts the 4th hour for a full 30 minutes to have plenty of time, recap this, and go over it all. Do you want to come on?
You bet.
Okay,
we have to. Alex,
I got to let you go.
That short of time.
Yes, we're going to break. We'll show your Facebook on screen. Folks that want to support Larry battling cancer as well, go to his PayPal. He's given up everything he's doing to do this, so he needs your support. NicholsLive@AOL.com. And we'll talk about that again with him in the 4th hour. He'll be back in 2 hours. You're good in 2 hours, right, Larry?
Yes, sir. I'll be here.
We'll do it in this studio in 2 hours with Anthony Gucciardi. God bless you. Important stuff. Stay with us. Now, I said I'd get to this Donald Trump video. Do we have time to get to this before we go to break? We don't, do we? I've got Roger Stone coming on. You guys don't have your mic open, or you just open it for a moment. Okay, that's fine. Anyways, what this comes down to is all hell is breaking loose, okay? All over the world, not just here domestically. Now, I hope Larry's wrong about the things he's saying, but we're seeing moves and preparations that all point towards something like this. Look on every political front. Things are happening that have never happened before, all over the world. And the globalists are more brazen, more naked, more out of control than they've ever been. And the preparations for total collapse have accelerated. And I'm sitting here realizing that I've gotten somewhat ready, but I told people last week, I said, I want to get a bunch of storable food from InfoWars Select, our own brand. This is a plug, but I mean, it's literal. For enough for basically everybody that works here for a year. I don't know if I have that much money, but it is very affordable. And I said, more medical supplies, more everything, get ready. And I did this years ago because the world is untenable. The world is being set up to collapse. It's Cloward and Piven. It's Agenda 21. And I keep always pushing it back in time, hoping we're slowing it down, hoping they're not this crazy. The problem is they are. But then my crew gets so busy, they kind of just take it like, oh, he just said get a bunch of storable food. It hasn't happened. I understand you not getting ready because I don't either. I'm too busy myself dealing with the doctor's appointments and the bills and the in-laws and the, you know, and the employees and the taxes and the garbage.